Welcome back to Whispers from the Mists. This is session 8, Twisted Fortunes. Last session, the group entered into a Bitterheart camp. Bitterhearts being a nomadic peoples who travel through the mists and are the only people who are known to be capable of that feat. As the mists seem to be the barrier lines between this dread realm and the world outside. That being said, they've partied, they've danced, they drank, and I believe it was, can't remember who it was. Who was walking into the tent at the end of the last session? It's one of
It
the
was
drow.
Aveline, right?
Was it Aveline?
I thought it was.
Yes, I was talking to the lady first.
The creepy lady. Okay. So she says, like she said last time, I've been expecting you.
Sorry, I was dealing with some business.
Okay.
I don't know what to say to that. That's in character.
So, she will say to you, in these moments, as she kind of flutters through the deck, you have seen these fates. The Deceiver has shown you. Though she is one, or though they are one who would wish that you not know the truth, sometimes the best way to keep you from the right path is to tell you to go through that path. Now, child, you see, flipping the cards over, you'll note that these cards look familiar. The deck in question, the Taroka deck, seems to be revealing when she places the cards on the mat the exact identical cards that the Deceiver placed before you. That being said, we'll have a reminder of that. The Traitor is the first card that was flipped. And according to the Deceiver, that was the card that was associated with Bay. The second card that was flipped over in the Minor Arcana was the Berserker, which was said to be associated with Drungar. The third card that was flipped was the Swashbuckler, and was said to be associated with Fae. The fourth card that was flipped was the Beast, and that was said to be associated with Inweir. And the fifth card that was flipped was the Mists, and that was said to be associated with Null. When she flips these cards, she says the following for each flip. For the first card, she says, this card tells of history. Knowledge of ancient will help. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. Bear with me here.
Dramatic pause.
Dramatic pause for reading. So, the card in question was the 6. Oh, sorry, I see. Swords. 6 of Swords is the Berserker. And this chart is kind of lame. Bear with me as I try to get... There we go. So, she says, in relation to the Traitor, why is this being a silly... Sorry. Thank you for being patient with me, by the way. You guys are great.
Yep.
Hope everyone's doing okay.
Yeah. You're
I'm
great.
sorry. Okay, there we go. So when this card flips, she said, this card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. She then says, look to the Wizard of Wines. In the wood and sand the treasure hides. Then she moves to the Six of Swords and says, this card tells of a powerful force, one for good and protection, symbol of great hope. And then she would say, I've got it figured out now. It's not that bad a chart. It's just, find the Mad Dog's crypt. The treasure lies within, beneath blackened bones. On the third card, she says, this is a card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight. This music isn't it.
I didn't want to say anything, but yeah. It was too cheery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which was my initial thought on the process. But, you know, it's fine. I can change it. Or it's a stalling technique, and you are all fooled.
Stalled.
Oh, we have
So-
been stalled.
Regarding this card again, this is number 3. This is a card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight. I see the skeleton of a deadly warrior lying on a bed of stone, flanked by gargoyles. For the fourth card, this card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness. Crowns. The freaking crowns. Crowns? Crowns. Also, if you hear cheering or wows in the background, my wife is watching the Victoria's Secret thing. I don't know.
Surprised you didn't cancel to watch that. But
I thought about it. I thought about it.
It's fun.
One of my well, I won't say it to her because I say other things otherwise. But one of the K-pop artists I like, Lisa from Blackpink, was on there or is on there. So I did kind of. What the heck is happening? Why is my brain not working? I figured it out. I'm so sorry, everybody. I should have practiced this.
You're good, friend.
But that's still not right.
I believe in you, John.
Well, I appreciate that. I really do. I just am sucky and not very good at running games, I guess. I just should probably just stall longer so I can find the
Yeah,
card.
get your shit together.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm sending
Kidding-
you all my
kidding, of
positive
course.
vibes.
I see. Okay. So this was from the higher deck, so this would be the beast. This is again, this card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness. She states once the card is revealed, a werewolf holds a secret hatred for your enemy. Use her hatred to your advantage. And in the last card, your enemy is a creature of darkness whose powers are beyond mortality. this card will lead you to him. And that would be the Mists. The cards can't see where the evil lurks. The mists obscure all. I suppose you can come back to me in 3 days' time. I will consult the cards once again. Perhaps this will change. Perhaps this vagueness is due in part to the Deceiver's machinations. But I know true. The Deceiver deals in 6s. Truth in 5s. Let us see what the Deceiver's card would have been. And she flips the 6th card, which in your mind, Aveline, as you watch, you're thinking the Marionette. The Marionette was the card that the Deceiver flipped. But instead, Madame Eva flips over the Innocent, or the Queen of Hearts. He dwells with the one whose blood sealed his doom. A brother of light snuffed out too soon. And she looks to you, confused, and takes the Mist card, places it back on top of the deck, and then places the Innocent in the center instead. Your fortune read, your tale to unfold.
Well, that was a lot.
Hopefully someone wrote it down.
My notes are very scattered, out of character. So somebody wrote some of those key.
Ask Johnny about his.
I got Wizards of Wine and some other things, but
Oh god, I gotta look at it again, don't I?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
You're recording this, right? We
Yeah.
go look back to it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, sweet. Because
Hopefully, it's not relevant for the next 3 hours.
oh god. Oh no.
well, hey, maybe we could come back in 3 days and she'll give me probably the same,
I'll
slightly different.
I'll go through it once again, just so we have it. So the first card that was revealed, and again, for your purposes, was related to Bay. Okay? And according to her, this card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. And this was the traitor, which she says, look to the Wizards of Wines. In wood and sand the treasure hides. Okay. The second card was related to Drungar and revealed the Berserker. This card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. That was the Berserker, 6 of Swords. And I had it here a second ago. There we go. It is find the Mad Dog's crypt. The treasure lies within, beneath blackened bones. The third card, she said, is a card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight. She then explained that that would be located. I see the skeleton of a deadly warrior lying on a bed of stone, flanked by gargoyles. Then, for the fourth card, she said, this card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in battle against darkness. to which she stated that a werewolf holds a secret hatred for your enemy. Use her hatred to your advantage. Lastly, your enemy is a creature of darkness whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him. The fifth card was related to, and again, the fourth card was related to Inweir. The fifth card was related to Null, and when that card flipped, it was the Mists, which according to her means that she cannot, nor can the cards, divine the exact location of the devil Strahd, the enemy that you seek. But not Strahd, sorry, Clothias, my brain did it down. Strahd doesn't exist in my world. But according to what she says here, the Mists basically obscure him. She says that the deceiver who sent you here deals in sixes, but truth is foretold in fives. So to check, she lifted the last card, or the sixth card, which according to the deceiver's pool should have been the marionette. However, she revealed the innocent, or the Queen of Hearts, and she stated that this would mean that he dwells with the one whose blood sealed his doom, a brother of light snuffed out too soon. And I think we did a little bit of a history lesson on Golthias, but not much.
I'm assuming that's referencing what I think it's referencing. I don't know if you can tell me that, but
his brother that he killed. To steal
yeah.
his wife.
Yeah. Okay.
Or betrothed, wasn't wife yet. Okay, so any questions regarding the plot? I'm not going to repeat it again. So that's
Wait,
No,
can
I
you
got my
repeat it
little.
one more time?
I got my little stenographer notes over here, so I'll try and
Yeah, I
write
pulled
those
up
out.
Microsoft Word and typed things out there.
Another fun fact, and something that you might want to take into account, is that there was not a seventh card. And this would technically be the seventh card that's been revealed to you. You don't know who it would relate to other than a seventh member of your group, which might be certain parties who are currently traveling with you.
Okay.
Gwynbalia is kind of who I'm hitting at there, sorry. Any questions at all whatsoever?
A lot, but no.
Okay, yeah, she sits there open to you. If you wish to return in 3 days, I can read the cards once again for you.
You think it will? So if I return, you think you'll have more information?
This curious fifth card situation is a bit obscuring, but I think that I understand the game that is being played here. I think that this is right.
Well, I'll take your word for it. I think we're kind of
Good.
don't have time to lose.
And as you're kind of finishing that sentence, you can see her hand push forward a stonework bowl to the edge of the other side of the table. That looks like it has a couple of coins in it.
I'll put like 3 of my coins and my gold coins in there.
Okay. She doesn't seem to have a look of like her facial situation doesn't change. She doesn't look surprised or like taken aback or anything.
She knew it. She knew.
She flips over the top card and it's the 3 of coins.
No. Touche.
just running out screaming, jumping into the lake.
Witchcraft. All right. Well, thank you. I'll be on my way, and I'll just kind of like sidestep out of there.
Okay, so you scuttle out of the tent, and that would be this tent here. And then the drow were just outside, and Drungar and Inweir were still drinking, and Gwenbalia and Null were still holding off to the side. The leader, or rather the bardly type woman, who threw occasional glances at Null, saunters her way across the camp and then heads back to her wagon and re-enters it.
Before we go on, could you repeat all the cards again?
The funniest
I'm
part,
kidding, I'm kidding,
the
I'm
funniest,
kidding, I'm
the
kidding.
funniest part about that is I'd be like, sure, and then you'd be like, oh, hold on, I'll be right back.
During the second one, I did walk away. So
That would be wombo combo, though. That would be pretty funny. Okay, so are you folks trying to stay here for the rest of the day? Because remember, it's still relatively early. You partied for a bit, so it's probably closer to lunchtime than anything. But yeah, actually,
we just had a 9 a.m. party.
let me just double check. Let me double check your map here.
Yeah,
Hold
who
on.
does that? What? Not
Me.
yet party.
It's me. I'm the one. And I would do it.
Oh. Nope. If I can
So-
say that.
You left the village of Barovia in the morning. Barovia, I did it against Strafania. Okay. Okay, wait, did we get that? This is a reskin of the Curse of Strahd that I keep forgetting is a reskin.
What?
What? Okay, so you left the village of Strafania, or Torania even, in the valley of Strafania, crossed over the Great Bridge, bought meat pies from the old lady. 2 of you ate them. 3 of you ate them. Bay, Faye, and Inweir, right? Did Drungar have one?
Oh, I didn't have a.
Oh,
Pie.
you didn't have one. Bay had one.
It's been, yeah, everything has been.
Inweir had one. Did Drungar have one? Zach?
Have one what?
Pie, meat pie.
Oh, Zach said he'd be back.
Oh, okay. Well then,
I think he did. Yeah.
we'll ask him when he gets back. Then you continued on, and when you came to the gallows, you found the dead bear. Prior to that, you tried to make passage through the woods and found a dead half-elf warrior. And then when you came to the gallows in the fork, you continued northward, which led you to where you're at. So it's been about, say, 3 hours, and then about an hour more for the partying and such. So we're looking at like just afternoon. So do you wish to continue or remain here with them and continue partying?
If no one's gonna make a choice.
Well, we should probably get a move on, right?
Oh,
Since we need to make to. How far away is the place that we're going?
Not terribly far away. You would like check the map, and you would again. You're heading towards Volok, which is this map. This part
Yeah.
of the map.
Always a fan of sooner than later, but it is a group consensus.
He says by himself over.
Yeah.
He's
Quietly
talking to himself.
Yeah.
God, I wish we could.
Well, I guess
both
we'll
get
leave
to-
since Null's not having a good time. He's over there sulking.
I'm having a fabulous time. I say we stay and drink and dance.
Yeah, fuck him.
Okay, so if you wish to stay, is that the party consensus? I got 2 people versus the party leader, so I don't know.
I'm ready to go.
Okay. And Bay obviously is going to vote in
2v2?
the same way that
The fight.
her sister is.
All right, so it's
Yeah,
up to.
And then it'll be a
Zach.
tie if he wants to get on a move.
You're
gonna
the
do that.
boss, so we listen to you.
Dang, put that on. Yeah, the boss. Yeah, I'm the boss.
President.
Yeah, you guys listen to me. Yeah, Okay. I don't. It's too much power in my hands. I don't know. He doesn't want to, pose his will. Just he wants to, be kind of democratic. Like if everybody wants to stay, then, stay. But depending on what Drengar says, he will take his final decision there.
We don't know
I
when
just-
Zach's going to be back, so you just go ahead and make a call there.
I just want to
No.
point this out, Johnny. If you let us stay, we're gonna get drunk like we did in the tomb. And remember what happened last time.
What?
Yeah, he's staying far. That's why he's staying far away from.
But you're gonna let us carry on drunk like last time? Who knows who we're gonna throw up in the process?
You see, it's funny when it happens to somebody else that's not me. But it's good for party morale if you guys want to party.
Yeah,
But
but you're
I just-
charged. The person you're
It is.
traveling in, like, you're
Yeah.
intending to move. She
Mhm.
also is not partying. She's with you in the wallflower position.
Yeah.
And has probably said something to the effects of, we're wasting daylight, like, while you've been partying.
Said like 3 times. Just staring.
Yeah. But yeah, we should get the move on
Way to party lead.
though. Yeah.
That way they'll hate you
But-
later.
Uh,
That's the best part of being a party leader. The best part. You hear me?
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the best part. Just said it.
because we
Um,
also have like another mission too after we do this one. Then, so like the whole reason going to the Ziggurat in the first place is still trying to find that relic, right?
Right. You have yet to find that relic.
Yeah.
But now you begin your traveling. Once you've broken away from the Bitterhearts, who are sad to see you go, do that whole Midwest kind of situation where they're trying to talk you into staying effectively. And it obviously doesn't work. You manage to break away from them. But I guess the question I have is does Aveline say anything to the group regarding her conversation with Madame Eva?
Yes, she would spill the beans. And in fact, she did take notes and wrote them down to show everybody, and I have that in the in-character chat.
Okay.
Hero.
Deceiver deceives in 6s, truths in 5s. Bay is a traitor. You trader, like Trader.
Oh, traitor. Okay, that makes more sense.
Oh,
Let me edit
that was-
that.
History, knowledge of ancients, wizards of wine, wood and sand, treasure. Drumgar, yeah, those are all good. And then she drew a very unflattering doodle of Gulthias at the bottom of the page she's showing you. Perfection. Okay. And then, is Zach back?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Did you eat a pie from the old lady?
I think no, he didn't eat the most pies.
Did he eat a
I
pie?
thought he ate one at least.
Well,
Yeah.
asking Zach, did he answer? That's good, Zach.
I
And
sorry,
he
yeah.
doesn't remember.
had to put myself together.
No worries.
No,
No, you did not.
I don't think I ate the old lady.
Well, who
Okay.
did? There was at
Great.
least 3 of us who
So it
did.
would have been Bay and it would have been Inware. That's fine. I'd like the 2 of you to go ahead and make Constitution saving throws.
No. This selling.
Pretty sure 3 of us did.
bad pie. This selling
Well,
us bad
Zach would have been the
pies.
3rd person, and he just said he didn't. So you're wrong.
Just had to have the pies.
I mean, I can make the roll. I don't give a shit. Let's say I did. Fuck it.
Okay, you have advantage. It's versus,
Roll for diarrhea.
you
See what
have advantage.
happens.
It's versus poison, so it's fine.
Cool. You said con?
Yep.
I can't access magpie sheet.
Well, that seems to be a problem.
That'll be a 17. Oh, that's roll with it. 7.
You said 17?
Yeah.
Oh, that's super good. You should be all right there on accessing base sheet now.
Right. Yeah. Negative.
How is that even the truth?
It acts like I want edit access, even though when I click on it, it says no edit access.
These sheets be crazy.
What the fuck? Okay, I'm refreshing because that's unacceptable.
Should I log out and log back in?
No.
Okay.
I see what's
Did we get-
happening.
Did we get the face of the old person who was selling pies? Or was she like hooded and hiding her face?
She's an old lady. You saw her face. You'd recognize her if you saw her again.
Okay, so put her down on the list.
Jesus.
It absolutely obliterated base sheet.
It's gone?
What?
Edit sheet
No!
directly.
What?
Dead.
Okay, it's fine. God damn, fucking stupidity. Okay, her sheet's fine. What am I having her roll? Just click it.
Constitution.
Yeah, I made it up. I'm the one who said that.
That's
Okay.
20.
Man.
She'll be fine. And then check and see if you can access her sheet again for me, please.
Okay.
If
You
you
did
get the build a new character thing, is that what it's popping it up?
No, it's saying no edit access. You do not currently have the ability to edit or control this character sheet. Apparently, your GM can provide access by adding your name to the can be edited.
Refresh your browser.
Okay.
How dare an old lady try to poison our crew?
How do you know she did it on purpose?
If you get the option that says build a new
Right?
character,
Just be an
etc.,
unsanitary kitchen.
Uh-huh.
click on the
Oh.
option that says edit sheet directly. Do you see that?
Yeah.
And then it should bring up her character sheet.
Okay, perfect.
Does-
I got it.
Great.
Doesn't matter if it's an accident.
Okay.
You did it anyways.
So, did I get any failures? Yeah, John failed. Okay, cool. John, you have a queasiness. And why'd you make a check? You should have made a save, but it's fine. Both work. Because you don't
I'll
have
make a save.
do you have proficiency in Constitution?
It's actually a 2 difference.
Yeah, so 13 would have saved. Okay, so we're fine.
Okay.
We're just gonna use the roll that you had. So both of you, or all three of you, I guess, get kind of like a queasy feeling as the beer seems to settle in with whatever was in the pie, and it just has a very it feels like something foul is kind of brewing in your gutty works. Like you would have vomited if you'd failed. It just
Oh,
feels
no.
like there's something kind of off about the pies, or something was off about the beers. You can't be certain as to which, but the combination of the two, after settling, seems to be the problem. Make sense?
Yep.
All right. Okay, continuing then. The walk continues. You finally catch back up to the actual road, right when it is about to cross over yet another massive bridge. As you start to make your way onto this bridge, however, there's a slight difference in kind of look and vibe and feel. To the west of the bridge is a large kind of formulation of water that seems to be the result of a massive waterfall to the west that is spilling down into this space from higher ground, like a higher hilled area. And then there's something else that's supposed to be happening, but my computer is being difficult ever since I refreshed, and I'm just already having a great time. Why is this happening? Good Roll20. What did I do? I've always loved you. So, you approach from the encampment. You follow that river to the base of the canyon, at the far end of which a great waterfall splits into a pool, billowing forth clouds of cold mist. A great stone bridge spans the canyon, nearly 1,000 feet overhead. Oh, I see. So you're not actually approaching it from the road. You're approaching it from a lowland. The bridge is above you. You are coming at it from the riverside. So you are on ground level, and you're coming underneath the bridge. I see. So, the waterway is kind of barring you from crossing, and you are on kind of a lower tier, so you can't really ascend up that way easily. To get back onto the road, you would need to continue following the waterway and make your way up alongside this the Seer Falls. Does everybody understand the situation you're in? Sorry, that was a bit confusing because the computer wasn't doing what it needed to, but does everybody understand where you're at physically in space?
So they both didn't go to the same place.
Right. They, on the map, look like they do, but you are on a lower tier, nearly 1,000 feet below the.
Oh, that's crazy.
The
That's
actual
crazy. So we
bridge.
got to backtrack.
Well, you could backtrack, or you can press on and then come up onto the hill, and then work your way through and around and up to the road again. Or you could try and climb the chasm up to the bridge. Or you could swim across and then make your way up the hills on the other side, which will also be kind of a bit of a climb too. So
to our glorious leader.
We should have gone through the forest.
Glorious leader. Did he say he's AFK?
No, he's on mute.
I was muted! No! I was muted! Oh, shoot. I was saying, can you give me the options again?
Yeah, so you can either walk the long way around and come back up to the road. You can backtrack, which is kind of similar timing. You could ford the river, like swim across, and then make your way up on the other side. Or you could climb the slippery, sheer chasm that is kind of present to you right now, if you have climber's kits.
I don't think anybody... Does anybody have that? I don't think we do.
I don't.
Anyways, I was gonna vote for going the long way around anyway.
Okay.
We don't know what's in that.
It's not really a vote again.
Water.
They're just saying you're the boss.
Yeah.
That's why everybody's just been quiet. So we're going the long way around, pressing forward though, and then around. Okay.
Yeah.
So then, if that's the case, I need for a representative of the party to roll a 20-sided dice.
Oh. 20-sided?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey,
great.
high is good, right? No, it's not good.
Katie Cat, I really need you to stop. Okay. 20, you said. 19
Oh,
on
19.
the dice. Yeah.
19.
Okay. Okay. So as you are ascending on the road, the forest area near to where you are becomes very thick and relatively close to the pool and the ascent up the side of the waterfall. As you make your way to a bit of flatland, very, very quickly becomes apparent to you that a quick ascent around the hill that is in between you and the road at this point is impossible. It looks like the hill is actually a cairn that was very hard to see from the low point you were on, and ascending or continuing westward appears to be the only way to do that. The forest's denseness doesn't seem to grant you vision of these things as they come to parade around you, floating above you, and kind of landing near to you on rocks and structures therein. But you are suddenly followed or tailed by a swarm of ravens. Several swarms of ravens, small packs of dozens and dozens of birds just fluttering about, following you, squawking at you, and kind of stopping near to you and kind of watching you.
Hell is all these birds. You said ravens or crows? They're two different things.
Ravens.
Ravens. Okay, cool.
Which, again, in setting, ravens are the kind of monitors of the dead. The people who, or rather the entities that are said to rule over the world of death are called the Senate of Ravens.
I see. Okay, and they're just like minding their own business, or they're like
They are following you.
Trailing us.
Yeah, like if you stop and like take a second, they stop and take a second. If you walk, they'll fly on ahead of you, or kind of fly near to where you're at, or circle over your head. It is very apparent that they are focused in on you and your group.
And weird. You got any more pies? Why don't you give them some of those pies?
These are for us.
Maybe feed them. They'll stop following us. They'll be too busy eating
Yeah.
pie.
All right.
And to be sure, I just want to make sure it's very understandable here what I'm alluding to, because this map does have the markers for it, but I want to make sure that we're now understanding how this map works. Those little dots that kind of have like the little spines that are kind of branching off of each of the elevations, you see those
No.
Yeah,
on the map?
like these things, right?
Yeah. Those are basically referencing sheer cliffs.
Oh,
So as you kind of come up and around this way, this is not just a hill like you thought it was from like looking at it from below and looking at it on the map. This is like a jagged rock that rises up from the earth and is also a part of like this larger mountain structure.
I actually see. Like it looked small from far away, but when we got closer, it's actually.
Well, it looks small from a downward angle.
Oh, okay.
You were looking at it from 1,000 feet. You were looking at the hill from below. You weren't able to see the back end of it, which is the sharper part, which you've now walked around to. You couldn't see it because of the forest in the way, which would have been here. And that would have been a forest that kind of structures up the cliff facing. Which, again, you could try to ascend, but it will be difficult.
Oh my god.
And that's not to say you haven't gotten any upward momentum at all. You have walked up to a height that is different than where you started, because you are now at the top of the falls instead of at the bottom of it, which it itself was about 1,000 feet up. So you've ascended quite a bit.
But now we gotta ascend some more.
Yep.
Here.
Or once again, you could attempt to ford the river on the top end and try and make it to the high point on the other side of the water. Excuse me.
So it's either like swimming or climbing. Is what you're saying?
Swimming or climbing, or continuing to walk and following the river.
Guess we can. I mean, probably the safest thing is keep on going around the river, but then gotta lose a lot of time because that's, this whole thing here, right?
Yeah.
And what's the time right now, or is it looking?
So it's hard to tell with the mists as they are. You can go ahead and make a nature roll or a survival roll to try and determine what time it would be.
Okay. Come on, sheet load. Come on. Okay. Survival or nature? Wait, why do I have a -1? I have a +1 in intelligence here. What?
Nature's wisdom based, I think. Or is it still?
Is it? No, it's intelligence nature, right?
I don't know.
Even then, this still has. Okay, I'll just do nature.
It's wisdom.
Well.
Oh.
Yeah. You don't know. You have no idea what time it is.
I'll still throw one of the pies on the ground.
Okay. The birds seem to avoid it.
So are we following the river? Or
Oh, sorry. Something stuck on somebody. My bad. Yeah, I guess we. How do you guys feel about swimming or climbing? To make way.
I don't really want to get wet.
Yeah, I don't either. But it'd probably be faster than going around the whole river and possibly camping out for the night. As I can't tell if all the mist here what time of day it is.
Can't we just go back and go the other way?
Not. Yeah. Yeah, we could probably do that, right? That is an option.
It's always an option.
But it's gonna be a lot of time.
So much time.
Yeah. I think remember those two safest options probably it's gonna take a lot more time than
Is it cold outside?
It's summer. Or sorry, no, it's not. Sorry, it's not summer. It's fall, but it's not like freezing.
Okay.
Mhm.
Then swimming would be okay.
Wait, can anybody not swim? Can anybody swim?
Try.
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
Oh, he's heavy.
Tie a rope to him, drag him
Oh.
across.
I don't think the drow are good at swimming either.
Again, it does seem to choke up at a point before the falls pool begins. So it would be a bit tense to Ford, but not like scary, or there wouldn't be much ramifications if you failed.
Decisions, choice paralysis. I'm sorry, y'all.
Gwenvalia shakes her head at your group and then starts kind of like loosening her gear to make her better at the swimming practice, and will jump into the water and make her way across.
Well,
Bye.
goodbye. Just like, well, all right. Guess swimming it is.
She makes it to the other side. Just again, tell me what you're doing. I just need you to use your words.
Well, going swimming, y'all.
I'll try it hesitantly.
Okay. So you get into the water after her? Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
This is where I die. Oh, my sheet just... Sorry, the sheet just like went blank. Oh, there we are. It's loading.
Yep. If it does pop up a thing that says new character or whatever, just hit the edit sheet directly and your character sheet will be there. I don't know what's going on with Roll20, but it's really aggravating.
It's been kind of weird. Like, I had my character sheet open,
Yep.
and then when I like switched tabs, it was just blank. And I
Yep.
was like, oh, well, let me close it and open it again. And now it's just like loading.
Yeah, and I don't think it
Yeah,
was
it-
Kimmy specifically her fault, because it started happening when she asked me to give the sheet to her. I think Roll20 is having problems right now. They're probably thinking that
Yeah.
nobody's playing during the week and they're doing system updates on their, frankly, shitty character sheet. And hopefully
Just patch
Yeah.
Tuesday.
patch Tuesdays.
Should we all roll athletics if we're gonna swim?
So, okay, real quick, I just need to express something, because I do see kind of a thing happening here, and I just want to make sure we quell it. If you want to do something, please just say words. Say words. Just tell me what you're doing.
Women.
I am
Sorry,
saying
John,
words.
sorry.
It's
I'm
okay.
not good with my words.
I just it was like there was this weird tension where Johnny was like and nobody was saying anything, and I was like, this is awful. I don't know what's happening. Is Magpie like the source of like, is she the rug that pulls the room together? I just need you guys to just tell me what you're trying to do.
Oh,
So-
I should have like casted something on myself before I tried that.
John, you jump into the water, it looked like, and based on the fact that you rolled an athletics check, and then Stephanie Aveline jumped into the water as well. So the two of you start trying to swim across and are having a hard time of it. Okay? The water is moving, and you're not the greatest of swimmers, but you feel that you're not gaining a lot of ground, and you're kind of being shifted towards the pool of the waterfall, not like quickly. So you start to panic a bit, even though it's like well off in the distance. You can go ahead and make an athletics check once again and attempt to better kind of move across the space. And those of you who are watching,
Yes.
you see that they are shifting slightly in the water, but not like pushing off, like at great speeds or anything. It just seems that they're just kind of bad at swimming and panicking because optically it looks different than it is. And you kind of like, just stretch yourself in the water and then kind of like start to float a little bit and then start slamming your hands down doggy paddle style or whatever. And you make your way towards the other shore and you come up onto that coast, a bit rocky and easy to kind of pull yourself onto, where Gwenvalia has started kind of wringing her clothes out. And then
Oh,
Aveline, you see Inweir kind of like pick it up and start moving, so you kind of like slow down and see that it's possible. You just start trying to replicate what he's doing, kind of like, full on kind of paddling, and you make your way across.
Munch. Oh, fuck.
Faye, not terribly familiar with like out in the open and moving currents of water. Most of the water in the Underdark is quite stale. You have a similar kind of like, oh shit, and then try and press forward. Faye, on the other hand, swan dives in, shoots like a missile across the water, and then splashes up onto the other shore like it's like she's made for it. And then Null, water's also not your forte, so I would like for Faye and for Null to roll once again.
Just like my last character. Natural enemy, water.
Yep. Dragonborns hate water. Faye,
Yep.
you see the movements that Bay kind of took, and you realize that that's the way to go. So you kind of press yourself underwater and start kicking your legs. It's at this point, once you kind of all have made it to the shore, that you realize Null's kind of in the middle, but is starting to enter into the actual mouth of the pond. I'm going to ask
Maybe.
one by one, each of you on the other shore, if you're doing anything. You're going to reply with what your response to what's happening would be. And then I'm going to have Johnny roll again. So firstly, when Valia continues to wring out her clothing and re-tighten her armor. Zach, what are you doing?
I see Johnny go, or
No, yeah.
no, sorry, go. I don't. What do I have? What do I have? What do I have? Is he within? How close is he to me right now?
It's
from my end to
probably
the
a
shore?
good like 30 or 40 feet out.
Can I try and throw him an end of a rope? Because I have a 50-foot rope on me.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Can I use the wand of paralysis?
I believe Wand of Paralysis is touch.
I was just trying to kill him.
Just kill.
I'm kidding.
Okay. You lob the rope out to him. It goes the distance you want it to. You kind of like let it go slack so it falls kind of right at him. With the 10 feet remaining in your hand, you look at him. So Johnny,
Rest is on you, bud.
when we get to
Yep.
you, you'll have two options, and we'll discuss those when we get there. We're just going to make sure that
Mhm.
everyone else who's present is doing what they want to do. So Faye, you see the situation as I've described it up to this point. What is Faye doing?
Hold on a second. I'm looking at this spell to see if I want to do it or not.
Okay. In the meantime, what is Bae doing?
She would probably see that Johnny needs help and might dive back in the water since she swam so good across the water the first time.
Since putting characters of players who are not here into danger is not something I am a huge fan of, she would come to the realization that she knows she doesn't have the strength to pull the Dragonborn to shore.
Oh, okay. Then
So she'll
she's
hold.
standing next to Inware. I guess if he's gonna pull, she's gonna help pull.
That makes
He
sense.
gets him?
And Weir is kind of weak. Yeah. Okay. And then do you have an idea if you want to cast a spell or not?
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the spell and see what you guys think.
Sure.
It's called Flicker of Fate. I don't know if it would
Oh,
work.
go
It's
read it.
supposed-
Just an unoccupied space of the creature's choice.
Right.
What's the range on it? Does it say?
So I have to be within 30 feet, and then it will be.
Oh, within 10 feet of the space the target vanished from, you'd just be putting them back in the water.
Well, how close are we next to? How far into the water
30
is
to
he?
40 feet. Yeah, he'd get 10 feet of ground on that.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
Yeah, it would give him a chance to catch his breath if he were drowning, but he's not doing that. Not yet, anyway. Okay. But not a bad spell to have, like, in your mind, though. You're not prepared, you're not readying it, because that would waste the spell slot, but it's something you're thinking about. Like, you're kind of watching, and if it gets to a panic situation, you can bamf him, pull him back a little bit, and save him some oxygen as well. Good spell to keep on mind. And then last but not least, Inweir, you see Drumgar throw the rope. What is Inweir doing?
He is. What he will do.
I didn't get to assist either.
No, no. I skipped you. He will.
I've got nothing but help Drumgar.
Okay. And then Aveline.
I would assess the situation and kind of try to like calm. I guess just like keep everyone calm and like kind of direct.
He'll be okay.
Like what? Well, you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
you could like look at the situation and be like, "Yeah, do this."
Okay. So Johnny, you have
Thank
two
you.
choices. Okay.
Yep.
You have to choose one. You're either going to try and swim, or you're going to reach for the rope and grab a hold of it and let Drumgar take the wheel.
Drummer, take the wheel.
Oh, bardic inspiration on him, so he can
Okay.
at least.
That's a good move.
Oh, sweet, sweet.
Okay, so you're going for the rope. Is that right?
Hey, a little help over here.
I need a dexterity check from you.
Dexterity check. Okay. I just click on the dex, right?
Yeah, should work.
If the sheet lets me, that is.
Yeah, we'll see.
Come on, sheet. It's buffering right now.
Sure. It might be the case that there is no god, and roll 20 is the hell that has been foisted upon me by.
It's definitely
It is doing something
not
tonight.
running well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to restart both mine and.
I think I might have to
My type
restart
sheet.
or refresh here.
I just refreshed and it helped. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
I'm
refreshed like 10 or 12 times.
Come on.
This is a weird Tuesday.
Very weird Tuesday. Go.
Might be okay that Magpie's missing this one. With the roll.
Oh yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Come on. It's
No,
still
no,
not
no.
going.
No, I just can't imagine what it would be like with Magpie already present. Like,
That's an apocalyptic event.
oh yeah, forget about it. I would probably just cry. It's probably what I'd do.
It's
Okay.
still not going.
So do me a favor. Go to the left, and there should be a little dice section. Find a d20 and roll it, and then whatever your bonus to dexterity is, tell me what it is.
Plus
Oh,
3.
roll a d6.
Plus 3, so we're at a 12. Okay, and then roll a d6.
Okay.
Great. 15 was the target number. You reach out, you
Oh.
grab a hold of the rope, and it's at that moment when you've got a hold of it, you can feel an undertow sweep out your legs from behind you. So instead of being kind of like in a threshing position, you're now in kind of a floating position as your body is being pulled that way. Drumgar, you have assistance because several people were helping you, but I need a strength athletics roll from you as you see Null's face kind of like become this just open dragon mouth of terror as he is absolutely being escorted off of the premises of the pool. So go ahead and make that. Oh, you got it? Okay. You should have
So
made it with
14.
advantage. Give me a second roll.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Probably would have asked you like for your
60.
driver's license if you clicked on the advantage button at the top or something. You grab a hold of the rope, and you could feel like the hands of the others kind of grasp the rope as well, the 10 feet of rope you have remaining. It kind of slips forward a little bit as Null is kind of taken, but your gloved fingers kind of grip down tightly and just twist the rope neatly to pull it away, and you start to drag slowly but surely Null into your side of the shore. And Null, you are literally just like a flopping, floundering kind of fish in the water for a duration, but you have the rope, and you know in your heart of hearts you have to hold the rope. It's not tense or anything, but after you finally get to shore, there's kind of like a throbbing pain in your hands from the pull. as you were effectively yanked out of the water. On this side of the shore, Gwenvalia looks to you and says, "We don't have much time. If it becomes nightfall, we'll be preyed upon by the wild creatures of the forest. We're already being watched," she says as she looks across the waterway, where you can see the ravens are staying and are not crossing.
Well,
Yes.
good
Well, let's
choice
go.
after all.
Mhm.
So you can see that this pathway that you're going to be taking is a narrow cliff path. You also have the option to make your way down into this small little vale here of a forest. But in all honesty, looking at it from your current perspective, it looks like it literally looks like a creepy movie, right? Like it looks like there's the forest covered in fog and mists, and you can see like twisting shadows kind of emanating through the treetops, like fingers kind of playing at the tops of them. So you're probably not going to do that. If you want to,
No.
you guys have been to the forest before. We can definitely go back. But if we're taking the cliff route, what I'll need from everybody, just because we're moving across kind of a narrow space here on this rocky area, is a perception check from everyone.
I don't see shit.
Just reloading my thing for the sixth time.
Same.
Just keep your sheet open.
It's been open,
Yeah.
and then it crashes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
It
seemed to have the most success when I popped it out. Window.
Yeah.
Pop
It
it out.
hasn't crashed
Or
since then.
Pop it
Yeah.
out.
Popping
Pop
it.
it out.
Popping it.
Everybody
Pop it out.
pop it out.
Popping it.
Pop it out.
Pop out.
I'm
don't
perceiving.
drop
I'm
it.
perceiving.
See,
I'm not perceiving.
Okay.
We're not perceiving.
I'm trying. I don't know why it's not like dropping it
Once
in the
again,
chat.
there is no God. Roll 20 is the
Wait a
hell
sec.
that has been conscripted to us by the random chaos that swells at the beginning of the primordial seas. It was all for this moment. It was all for this moment for me to be absolutely frustrated. It's not fair. Why is there no freedom?
Yeah, why would-
It's madness.
Why would you do that?
Finally.
So, what I will say is those of you who rolled bad, this was the time to do it. So, Faye, as you look about and are trying to maintain kind of an eye on things, you think you see shadows playing at the higher cliffs above you. But then you also seem to notice that your position on this path, and the same is true of you, Aveline, is 1,000 feet above the pool that you were walking alongside of just not that long ago. And at that moment, there's a sense of vertigo that hits. I'd like the two of you to make wisdom saving throws, and I already know that's a big ask, but I apologize. I mean, again, the nature of Dungeons and Dragons is I need the damn dice
Oh.
roller to work.
Oh,
Roll
my.
20.
Did I get my roll actually? I got like a 21. Is that or 23? Is that still
Good,
like bad?
good was bad. Yeah. You need to roll a
Oh.
wisdom saving throw because perception being
Oh.
low means you weren't looking around or down. You
So
were
now
just
I'm aware of the danger. Okay, I see.
correct, which is why you're making the wisdom. Yep.
And Bay too.
Whoever got the high perception check, yeah.
All right, here goes something. It's
It
thinking.
looks like Faye also did as well. So
Yeah.
okay, so Faye's fine, Bay's fine.
Do 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 do
Hmm.
do do do. Do, do, do,
For,
do,
for the
do,
purposes
do,
of
do,
brevity, if you want to just roll a dice,
Yeah, I was about
you
to say that.
just do that. Since the sheet is being a complete
I-
shithead.
Yeah.
I think I have like a +2 wisdom.
You have more than a +2 wisdom. You have a
Yeah,
+3.
yeah.
+3? Okay. Yeah, +3.
And you're proficient in wisdom because you're a cleric. Yeah. So
Oh.
you're fine.
But-
You don't feel like vomiting. You don't feel like just holding in place and like crying. I don't know if you've been in heights and are afraid of
Yeah.
heights.
Yeah.
But that kind of panic of like,
Vertigo.
drop to your knees and like get as much ground as you can and hold on to it as tight as you can is there for a second, but you kind of like, no, I have to keep moving. She said it's going to be nighttime soon. And eventually, you folks make it to the other side of the bridge. You are now 1,000 feet above the waterway you started off in. The dirt road that you come upon is on the opposite side of the mountain, opposite side of the bridge. The arching bridge is mold encrusted stone that spans that natural chasm. There are gargoyles cloaked in black moss perched on the corners of the bridge, their frowns weather-worn. The mountainous side of the bridge, which is the opposite side there, there's that waterfall that you passed by, and you also passed by the pool at the base of the waterfall that feeds the Ivlir River. So now you're on this side, and up ahead along the way, looks like the path narrowly moves through a bit of a divide between two rocky hills. Easy enough to make your way. And if you do, up ahead, you would see that even here in the mountains, the forest and fog are inescapable. But ahead, you can see that the road splits into two, widening towards the east. There you see patches of cobblestone, suggesting the eastern branch was once an important thoroughfare. In addition to that, you see parked at the fork in the road, pointed east, is the large black carriage. However, this time it appears to be only drawn by two black horses. The horses snort puffs of steam, breath into the slightly chill mountainous air, and the side of the carriage swings open as you come into sight of it.
And get out of sight of it.
Huh? Get out of sight of it?
I guess.
Yeah, get out of sight of it.
Yeah, so it's basically sitting at the divide. You could walk past it, but it's sitting at the divide in the road. It looks like if you were to walk past it, there is a gate in between the rocky structures to the west. It appears to be yet another of the gates of Shrapania, similar to the one that you entered in when you first entered into these lands.
Bomb moving by.
You pass by the carriage without entering, right? Okay. Nobody comes out. Nothing crazy. There doesn't even appear to be a driver on the carriage. But it does seem that the carriage specifically opened for you.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh,
that's what's happening.
it's a dinner party.
Yeah. It's the invitation.
Where are we going?
No, we're not going.
No.
That would be silly. Well, I mean,
She shakes her head and says, if you wish to go, I suppose I can make the rest of the way to Volok on my own. Now that we've came this far.
no, we're
Think I
not
just
going.
follow the road this way, she says as she gestures towards the gate.
We put her on the.
Carriage.
No!
Just put her on the-
Just send her up on a platter.
Yeah. But later, Gator. Have a good dinner.
Toodaloo.
Have fun.
That would make this at the same time easier and more complicated for me. I don't know how to explain that, but I can only promise you it's true.
Fine, but you know what? You guys owe me a fancy dinner party, okay? You know how hard it is to resist not jumping in that carriage? Like, fancy
We were just to add a
wine.
fancy.
I don't know. It seems pretty easy to not jump in that carriage, actually.
So, The fog spills out of the forest to swallow up the road behind you as you move towards the gates. Ahead, jutting from the impenetrable woods on either side as you come through. More mists. The statues that are on either side of the gate, and also on either side of the gate, so there's a total of 4 of these statues, are all headless, and they appear to have the same armed guard look of ancient Straphanian warriors, which is also in line, if you have history trained or are a dragonborn, with the soldiers of the serpent side of the War of Sword and Serpent. But passing through, you don't have any issues that address you or try to assail you in any way. I would like for a representative of the party, again, if you like rolling high numbers, as Johnny is like to do, hilarious, but I need another d20 roll for random time.
Okay, y'all, I guarantee you, it's not gonna be case. It's not gonna be high.
You
No, it's not gonna be high.
No,
Watch,
hold on. A lot of people are doing a lot of things at once. That was her perception check. Holy shit. That was her.
No.
Not her. That was her wisdom saving throw from before. That was not her trying to roll there. So that is the roll, the first roll. That's funny as hell.
Wait, it just says rolling 20.
Yeah. And they rolled a
it's
20.
that.
That's not a roll. That's a number. It just
I
you
gotcha.
click.
Oh.
You got me.
You forced
me.
it to roll
He
20.
got me.
It rolled a 20 on a 20.
He got me. He got me. He got me.
Oh,
Oh my God,
thank
oh my God.
goodness
Is
for
it
that.
actually a 12?
Thank goodness.
Hey,
No
can I
one
see what I
else
get?
caught it.
Okay, good.
Sorry.
He got me.
Thank
He got me. Oh, that's funny. So what you'll note is as you come out of the forest, you are once again followed by ravens, but there are less of them. If you want to take the second to count, just let me know, but there are less of them. There are quite a few less of them. They're not like masses of them, it's just individuals of ravens that seem to be following you. Okay.
Can we count it?
If you count them, it's a total of 13.
Hey, that's a lucky number.
Sure, why not? Okay. Up ahead, as you pass by the ridge here, you would see that up on a hill, with a path that leads up to it through the structures there, it does look like you can see an old-looking windmill that just slowly is lurching on the horizon with a massive forest behind it.
So just like a windmill.
A windmill,
That's it.
all by itself, up on this lone hill.
Is it working?
It is slowly, I mean, the blades are slowly moving. It's a lurching kind of slow move, so it appears to be working.
That's totally not ominous. I'll just keep on going. Yes, we could come back to it later. Actually, can we still not tell the time? The miss is still blocking the way.
So you can't roll again, but if you want to ask somebody, what time do you think it is? What are we looking at here? You can definitely ask, but yeah, you kind of have no idea.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Aveline since she's, you know, a native here, so she might better understand at the time.
What's the question?
If you can tell the time.
Oh, can
Nature or survival?
okay. Let's see here. Well, we'll do survival because that is good. It's trying. Any day now.
Don't click it multiple times. So
I didn't.
if Magpie's not here, everybody turns into Magpie. Is that what's happening?
Magpie was containing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
19,
Just
baby.
sending a remote server attack, so that way we can all
She's
Epic for
DDoSing.
experience. Yeah, this is DDoS attack on our fucking game.
They knew.
DDoSing rolled funny. No, don't. That's not funny. Don't. Just not a good joke. So
What?
it's close to evening time, so I would say maybe 2 more hours of light. Based on timing, though, you're pretty sure you could make it to Volok in that time if you really hoof it and don't stop anywhere.
I think if we're quick, we can make it there before it becomes dark.
Yeah. That's how we book it.
Tough in time.
So we don't want to stop by the windmill.
Me as a player, I do want to do it, but at the same time, I'm on a time constraint here before it's evening. Unless we could go in there and... Nope, I'm gonna talk myself out of it. Keep on thinking about this. Just
Well, you're the boss. You just said we're going to the windmill.
no, that's me. The player said I want to go to the windmill.
So are we going to the windmill?
There might be beds.
Or yes,
I don't
we're
know.
going to the
Might be-
windmill.
No, you can't get.
Okay, so that's a no from the boss. Okay.
No.
It's too bad. Whoosh. The next hour or so is a lot of downhill, a lot of moving around the hills, and making your way to kind of like a lower land. The first thing that you see when the forest on the northern side breaches is a massive lake. The road ahead has become slightly darker due to the closeness and proximity to evening time. And far up ahead, there are small motes of light that seem to be present on the road up ahead. I need another d20 roll.
From the leader?
I don't care.
Been rolling too high.
All
What
right.
I was doing.
I'll
I
Can
always
you
roll high.
rolling?
I'll try it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Woo!
Killing it.
It's doing great on these. Let's see. Oh, that's not right. That's right. Okay. As you continue on, you see what appears to be a very poorly structured wooden cross. It's basically just 2 planks of wood that have been nailed crudely together, and it looks like a name has been written across the cross plank, but it's weathered, and there are scratches on it as well that kind of denote that it has been kind of obscured. The name has been kind of erased intently. Laying on the ground near that cross, you find a lantern, and inside of that lantern there's a black wax candle that is burning. The flame inside is brilliant green, and it does not look like it emits any kind of smoke. The candle.
Was the
Ask your question. John?
grave open?
No.
Okay.
Does it look fresh?
Not
There's
at all.
nobody around.
Nobody's around. The lantern is knocked over. And the glass
there any
of
way
it's
we could
slightly cracked, but not enough to distort it. The light
Is there any way we
seems
could
to be-
try to look at the headboard?
You're not going to
stone?
get a name out of it. It looks like it's been
Alright.
kind of destroyed to the point where it's undone.
Not even etched.
Yeah. So they painted on it, so there was no kind of indication.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay.
I'd say the only thing that you know for certain is that the first name started with D.
Could I look at the lantern?
Yeah. It's a lantern with a black candle that appears to never run out and that burns with a green flame.
Is that like a magical candle, perchance?
It's not in any way, shape, or form like a lantern that you could point light at.
It is not a bullseye lantern, no.
Okay.
It's just a standard lantern.
I pick the lantern up and put it next to the dead stone.
Okay. Does anybody want to take the lantern, or you want to leave it with the?
I'll take it.
Okay. You have a lantern with a black candle that never runs out and that burns with green flame.
That's pretty cool.
Just trying to suss it out, and you're like, dude, it's a lantern.
It is what I said it was.
It's exactly as it is described.
It is indeed a lantern.
You continue on to the town of Bollock. You see, bear with me here a second. Get rid of this random encounters chart. You see up ahead a massive wooden wall. It appears that the road terminates where the wall shows signs of a gate. There are 2 guard towers that are present. The doors are only slightly open, and it looks like preparations to shut them are currently underway. You make your way up to the gate. You see that the guards, presently, focused on closing the gate, look to you and say, "You there, who are you?"
Just for travelers seeking refuge from the night.
They look at you suspiciously.
That's fair enough.
Who do you serve?
Well, we serve nobody but ourselves.
You see one guard kind of look to you, like, more intently. Fine. Be gone before the festival of the blazing sun tomorrow.
Why
Will
can't we
do.
stay for the festival?
We won't allow you to stay at all if you ask more stupid questions.
Nobody ever
Well-
lets me party.
Let me in.
They gesture for the doors, which have yet to be sealed. You can enter if you wish.
Oh,
Fair enough.
can I come in? No, just kidding. No, he was.
So,
Like-
upon entering, the town guards continue their purpose, shutting the gate behind you. You are now sealed in with this town. Bear with me here as I switch the map and put you folks on it. Hopefully, Roll20 doesn't surprise me with, oh, hey, your thing's broken, or, your poopy face. I hate you right now, cat. Don't.
We let him print.
Let him print. Let him print.
He's like a shark. He just kind of like zooms through. Kind of see him a bit.
Now he's like baby.
Oh,
How
did you-
strange.
You're just a little guy.
Just a
Because
small
your
man.
John posted and
Little
Yeah,
guy.
I sent it to my wife. What is this, a foot? Oh. What if I ate your foot off? You got like a little turkey leg right there. Like a little turkey leg.
Why is he stretching his toes out to you? Like, go ahead, eat it.
Because he's a weirdo.
You can do it. Do it.
Do it then. Fucking do
There
it
you
then.
Do it.
So, you are now in Valak.
Whoa, we're kaijus.
You are kaiju, apparently. So, entering into the space, you would see that right here, the town is quieting. It's definitely nighttime, and you know, looks like everyone's kind of settling in for the night. If you try to ask a guard where to go to find a place to stay, one of them will just kind of annoyedly kind of look at you and point in a direction, which to you is like not helpful, but kind of like leads you, you know, in a direction here or there. As you pass by this area here, to the left, you see what appears to be a stockyard. And it looks like it has locked sheds along its periphery and lies adjacent to a very massive kind of warehouse space. There's a wooden sign near that area that reads Arasek Stockyard. You'd also see that there is a brilliantly colored wagon that appears like this. I'd say it's probably lightly rating at this point too. And despite what it says on the actual art image, because again using module assets, the read would say Giacomo's Carnival Wagon.
The carnival wagon?
Carnival Wonders. Giacomo's Carnival Wonders. Sorry, I read words
Oh,
wrong.
okay. It's just like, just that cart. There's anyone around it, or?
I mean, so far as you can see, like, doesn't look like there's anyone in particular in it.
Oh, I think that sounds delightful.
You want to stay there?
I wouldn't say I want to stay there, but I mean, I want to see the carnival.
It's just a
Maybe.
single wagon by itself.
I don't know. Maybe it's like an ad for a bigger carnival. Who knows?
Maybe it'll be open in the morning.
Okay.
Oh,
If you wish to continue past it, you can make your way to the town square, which looks like it's just up ahead, like over this way.
Is it about as like dead as the last town, or is it
Um,
actually?
People are kind of moving quickly to their homes. It's kind of nightfall, so everyone's kind of getting situated. It does look like the watchtowers are filled with torchlight, so it does look like at least the guards of this fortified town will be active during the nighttime.
Shoot. Where do we? I forgot. I would look through my notes, but it's gone. We're supposed to bring Gwen and Valia to?
Balak,
The place we're heading.
the place
That's
you
a-
are in.
Oh, but like anywhere specific, like inside the city, or just?
Oh, she said I'm here, but yeah, I don't know where I would go in particular to be safe. So if you'd
Okay.
like, you can help me in that endeavor, or I can just figure it out myself, I suppose. Perhaps the Burgomaster here will be of assistance.
I think we should stay with Gwynvalia.
Okay, you can. It's gonna.
I bet Jocko could help. Giacomo?
What about the church?
There is a church
Oh,
involved.
it's boring.
I agree, Edward. Churches are very boring.
Excuse
That's
you?
Oh, sorry.
flashbacks of the last time you were in a church.
Okay, so that one time was awesome.
Well, every other time other
Wait,
than that.
You
was
killed a
pretty
man and then
boring.
watched another man.
That was not a man.
Yeah.
And the other man,
There were no men in that left in that space.
he
That's the
was
best
already
part.
gone. He was already gone.
One turned by darkness, the other by madness.
Oh God.
Oh, good for him.
we didn't get XP for.
Yeah.
So, someone sounds like they're very interested in the wagon. If you're looking for just like a general idea of the town square is not a bad place to start. The church, you don't see one yet, but you would definitely be able to identify one if you were to walk past it. So just kind of moseying about might do you some good. If you're looking for a church specifically.
Where's the closest bar?
Again, you wouldn't know until you start searching the town.
Oh, okay.
It's certainly not by you.
Then throughout the town, mosey along.
Okay. You continue on into the town. You come to this divide. Looks like the town square is this way. Looks like more kind of commercial or like possibly rental properties, a la a hotel or something like that, would be this way. So, do you wish to go to the town square or try and see if you can't find a place to stay?
I think logically finding a place to stay, like an inn, would be best.
Sure. You continue on down the main thoroughfare. You come to a place where you see a building with red tile roofs. Gray smoke issues from the chimney of the large two-story wooden building. It appears to have a stone foundation. The roof I mentioned is a bit sagging for time and duress. But upon the building itself, you see ravens perched all about the roof. A painted wooden sign hanging above the main entrance depicts a blue waterfall. It seems to be popular. As you stand there, you see that several people are kind of moving into it. Looks like there's a lot of people who are kind of entering into this space who are locals, presumably for the tap room. Do you
Maybe
enter
we
it?
could
Go ahead. Sorry,
Yeah.
Johnny.
said, hey, maybe we could sell those pies to those people. Make some money before we leave in the morning.
These are our pies.
Okay, so you're heading in.
Mhm.
Okay. You enter in. As mentioned, the space does look like it is quite occupied. Lots of folks are present. The music, though, present here does seem to be a bit, more upbeat. It's not as upbeat as the songs and the revelry that was being had in the Bitterheart camp, but it does seem like there's an attempt. There is a person behind the bar. He appears to you as a kind of gray-haired man, just long beard cut into like a perfect triangle with like almost a look of growth to it that almost seems intentional, almost bird-like in shape. And he looks like... Please do the thing that you're supposed to do, roll 20. Or not, fuck it. I don't care.
I'm sorry, John. Was there a name to this inn?
There was not. It was just a blue waterfall outside.
Oh.
So, this is a lot of pictures, but we're just focused on the one. That would be the older gentleman seated in the chair there.
Y'all looking at us like that.
The lady and the two younger folk are not present.
No, I know. It's just they're all like,
The fuck are you doing here? Kind
Yeah.
of.
Why do you all
Yeah.
look so smug?
He says to you, "Welcome, welcome, travelers. Sit wherever you like, anywhere that's free."
You have what is your prices for rest for tonight?
Oh, you wish to stay? Very
Mhm.
interesting. If you wish to stay here the night, it will be 1 electrum per person.
Electro. Sorry, that's me as the player. No, it's me as the player.
the hell is that?
Yeah.
Technically, I still have Electrum, right?
No, honestly, your character going, "What's an electrum?" is actually hilarious and a meta commentary on the pointlessness of a 50 silver piece.
You're
Or
welcome.
A 50. I don't even remember where electrum sits. How much is an electrum worth?
It's between silver and gold.
Much is yeah, it's 5 silver is what it's supposed to cost or to be. So the equivalent of 5 silver.
Nobody likes Electrum.
So you going, "What's an electrum?" is very funny.
Yeah. I like the name and it's cool, but
I
it
think
doesn't need to be there.
I think technically I have a lot of Electrum. I just counted it into gold.
That's fine. So, are you paying for the beds?
Yeah, if nobody else has any money, I guess I'll just.
I could trade a pie. It's a bit cold, but
I
So-
don't want that.
It'll be 7 electrum or 3 gold, 5 silver.
Are they gonna say 3
You-
pies?
you don't want a pie.
No, I don't. That's not from the old bone grinder, is it?
I'm sorry, the who? Say that again.
You should throw it away.
What-
It looks
what
like
was-
it's gone bad anyways.
Did you say the bone grinder?
He shrugs and goes about his business. But he's
What do they
doing-
do?
He does
What
it
do they
in a-
do?
He does it in a very awkward fashion that, like, literally to even a person who has absolutely no social capabilities would make you understand he doesn't want to talk to you anymore. The look on his face right now on that picture, that's the look he's giving you every time you say a word.
What
And
what do they do?
That's
What do
all he's doing.
I'm gonna put the pie in the rafters so you can't see it and it stinks out the place.
So the young boy who you see there in the picture as being the one that is like wearing the cape and
He's got some attitude.
kind of up front. That child, more teen, like younger teen, kind of enters into the space. Looks like he's kind of a bit like harrowed with travel. And you see him kind of like, scratching his head. Looks like he just came in from off the road or something. And he walks over to his dad and in a language that you don't speak, says something to him. Since Inweir is kind of focused in on talking to the father figure here, you notice that they look at you, so does the boy, in their conversation, presumably in another language about you. The boy then grabs a cup of something from behind the bar and then heads off into the property. What is everyone else doing besides Inweir and Null? And Adeline, who's securing the beds? What's Bay and Bay doing?
I mean Yasha? Yashda?
Again, I know them as a DM. I'm not. They're obviously not being talked about as Yasta. Yeah.
We're gonna have a seat at the bar
Okay.
and grab a drink.
Okay.
Same.
He'll walk over to you three, nod his head. Not many folks come up from the Foul Deep nowadays. Pleasure to see you folks. Presuming that's where you're from. He says as he kind of shuffles about sets the cups in front of you.
What gave it away?
Uh.
And it smiles back.
He grins as he pours what appears to be a very nice looking bottle of a kind of very brown spirit for you. And then in a near perfect Dwergar accent, but in Dwarvish, says salute to you, and then throws back a shot himself of this beverage. Do you drink the cup that was proffered to you, Drumgar? Okay.
Oh yeah. I think as a show of thanks, I'm gonna down it in one.
Yep. And yeah, it seems to be something that, like, feels right.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
definitely not something you've done in a while. The beverage is very, very good tasting to you, especially since it has a certain hint of like a mushroom kind of quality to it. So to you, this seems to have been something he went out of his way to do for you specifically, based on your Wergar lineage.
Mhm.
But for the drow, he the glasses he set out to you, wine or ale? He says in the common tongue.
Wine.
And Bay is likewise, so pours you 2 glasses of wine. But you see that he is very stingy with it. It looks like he pours just enough to be like a half a cup. And he looks at the bottle very, like, quizzically. Kind of shakes his head and then, like, reseals the bottle and puts it back on the shelf next to what looks like about 11 other empty bottles.
That was a mighty fine pour.
He
Could
nods
I
his
have
head.
another?
Well, it'll cost you on the second. And
Oh,
he
it's always understandable.
pours it
How
out.
much?
He says it's going to be 1 silver per.
Drops of gold. Let's call it prepaid for the lot, eh?
He sets 2 more glasses and pours some more. And then he'll kind of like leave the bottle nearby. When he's done kind of like bantering with you and the drow there, again, it is very quizzical that he invited you kindly, but then when you asked for wine, he was kind of like a bit awkward about it. So just leave that on the table. Do either of you have anything else you want to say to the barkeep?
Not at the moment.
Okay. So then, Aveline, you settle up, kind of putting all the coins down. He walks over, scoops them into his hand, kind of does a shake, nods his head. It seems like he has no problem with the coins because you handed him Electrum because you're from this time space. So there's nothing wrong here to him. And then he reaches underneath. You hear kind of a shuffle of keys, and he pulls out 3 keys. Let me double check my math there. Is that correct?
2 people each.
Hold on. You got a total of 6, right? 1, 2. He hands you 2 keys.
So 3 people each?
He says, "No, I'm sorry. Because of your large number of individuals that you'll be putting up, I don't have a means of putting a 7th person in. Even numbers are preferred. If you would like, well, I have a room for them. I will clear it. I'm sorry. My son gestures kind of to the door that boy who came in went to. He says he's been using it as his office, but I can make sure that it's ready for someone. I have a room with 4 beds. I have a room with 2 beds, and I'll make clear the one that has its own bed. Not a problem."
Okay, I'm sure my friend will appreciate that. He gestures over.
Do you have any stabling that is do you have any stabling needs whatsoever?
No, it's just us.
You notice that when he says, "Do you have any stabling needs that need taken care of?" The boy with the silver hair kind of pops his head out from behind the bar or what have you, and then when you say, "No, it's just us," you see the boy kind of disappear. All right. Well, feel free to take your rooms, whatever. If you would like, we can cook something for you for supper if you haven't eaten.
What you got?
He walks over to the passageway that the boy kind of popped out of, and he says, "Danica, what do we have on offer for food?" We've got some gristly meat and some bread, a little bit of cheese. Fortunately, we don't have the wine to cook anything. He says, I know. He looks back to you. Will some crispy meat and bread and cheese be fine?
That sounds delicious to me.
All
That
right.
would be fine.
You would see the gray-haired boy kind of move in that backspace, and then kind of the movements of another person, a woman, the woman in the picture, moving about in the back as they secure some food. So you came from the Sears waterfall area, is that right?
That's right.
He nods.
Interesting. Where exactly did you start your journey?
I don't remember the town name.
Me either.
Taranya.
Oh,
After Inwar's done with the staging of the pie, he'll go back over to everybody else.
Okay. Taranya, eh? Interesting. No wonder the pies. It's interesting. Well, you're welcome to stay here. But
What does that mean? What
I
does that mean?
believe I believe the burgomaster is very keen to make sure anyone who's not party to tomorrow's escapades is left in this place.
Could you tell me more about those escapades?
You see his face kind of become very somber. I'd rather not.
I see.
Fortunately, we don't have to participate, but I still do not wish to merit any inquiries or interest from the town guard, or any problems in my establishment. So, you're welcome to stay the night, but at first light, be ready to make your way out of town. Or remain, if you wish. I suppose there's nothing stopping you.
It doesn't sound like we're really welcome.
I just don't think you would be interested.
we could be very interested. Not really, but
Aveline's like curious, but she's also like cautious because I don't know, it seems weird. She's like, maybe I don't want to know.
It's yeah. Let's just say it's probably not for you.
I'm gonna slide.
Uh,
Go ahead.
He shrugs and says, maybe you, and kind of looks at Aveline directly.
I'm gonna kind of like
So-
lean in, like secretly, just kind of like wink at Noel, like lean in secretly, and just kind of be like, "What do you mean?"
And I don't know if you are in your right mind as it stands, or if you are asking inquiries based on your connections to the church, but I'd rather not discuss it, as I said. Like I said as well, you're welcome to stay here at the Blue Water Inn. I apologize for the lack of wine.
I want to slide an Ethereum over to him.
He taps it with his finger and then slides it back to you and says, "That's all right. If you are interested in knowing more about the festival, you're welcome to go and peruse the signs that have been put up about it, about town. Folks are not barred from wandering the town at night. The town guard might be suspicious of you, so possibly not the safest thing, but if you move quickly, perhaps you'll be fine."
I see. You said you had a shortage of wine?
Yes, my supply of wine is nearly gone, and the next shipment is well overdue. I'd give you whatever you seek if you were able to bring me my wine. The vineyard and winery is a few miles west of here. Just follow the old Sverkic Road and the signs.
Oh.
He says that with his. He says that specifically, like, while you're leaned in, and he says it quietly.
Oh, she's like thinking for a minute and like remembering what the old lady had said. What's the name of the winery?
Wizard of Wine.
Just like very. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you for your business.
As you're like backing away, there's this looming shadow that seems to have appeared over the barkeep as you were like, kind of whisper talking. And as you pull away, you see the source of that shadow, the stern woman in the picture before you. She's holding a couple, like 3 plates of food. Kind of sets them out on the bar in front of presumably her husband here, and says, "You weren't talking about the old crow, were you?" And he kind of looks up her. "Oh, no, of course not. No. It's fine. It's fine. Absolutely fine. Are they going to go get the wine?" And he looks at her. I didn't say anything about anything. The wine? No, of course not. And then he kind of looks back at Aveline like, "Right?"
I really don't know what you're talking about.
She says, "Good," and then turns, and you can see the silver-haired boy kind of looking through the doorway the whole time. But once she turns around, he immediately like tries to disappear before she spots him.
Aveline didn't feel good about lying. She's gonna like turn to Noel and kind of just like whisper, like, "Okay, first of all, I think we can learn more about the secret that they don't want to tell us. There's some signs around town. Second, the Wizards of Wine that was mentioned earlier, and like kind of tell him like what the barkeep had said."
Yes, that could be useful information. And by the way, that was good job, Lion. It's a nice start.
She does not look. Actually, she looks a little proud of herself. I'll be honest here.
Little pat in the back.
You're corrupting the youth.
You're learning. Yeah, we were all there at one point. You get used to it. Just keep practicing.
Honestly, once you lie enough, you really can't stop. Otherwise, everything will unfold. You just gotta keep going. Shaking his head, just staring off blankly into space.
Oh, jeez.
Hilarious. So the barkeep will tend to you, but the second time you kind of ask for a refill on wine, he'll say, "I'm sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and switch you over to ale if you wish to drink more." To the elves.
Well, what are you drinking there, Drumgar? I'll have what he's having. We'll have what he's having.
Gestures to the bottle and then sets some cups down. Slides the bottle in between the trio. So whoever's sitting next to Drumgar is now the middle person. And then they can start pouring the beverage at their pleasure.
It's quite good.
Do we like it?
Yeah, quite tasty. Definitely a little bit more spirited than like a wine would be, but it is absolutely scrumptious. Like it's also hitting kind of a neat kind of alcoholic flavor, but it has like a familiarity to it. Like it's got a very earthy, mushroomy taste. It's almost like something that would be kind of made up back home.
Did they say what it was called?
Nope.
Tastes like home.
Good old mystery liquid.
I mean, looking at the bottle, it's like a brownish liquid. It tastes kind of like, I would say, if you're looking for like a flavor kind of palette or real life an analogy, I would say it tastes like a whiskey, but like specifically like a very Irish whiskey, and then with kind of like a
Yes.
more earthier than that kind of flavor to it.
When
Yes.
the bartender spoke to Drumgar, what language did you say he spoke?
Dwarf.
Are there any other dwarfs in the building?
Nope.
Do you find it weird that he speaks dwarf? What'd he say to you?
I find it weird that other people don't speak dwarf. I think everybody should speak dwarf.
Well, maybe you should teach us.
I knowing how to do something and teaching someone how to do something are two different skills.
Bro. I don't see any dwarves in here.
Probably why I don't know dwarves.
As you kind of settle, and Inweir kind of like apparently moves in to the bar seating, Abilene, I assume, is on one side of the drow, then Drumgar, then Inweir. So you kind of got like a lineup on the bar and have taken up a lot of real estate therein. I would say that if Noel moves over to the bar, there's two other seats that are now open. The bar has been completely absconded with by your group. A man walks in by himself, and he is wearing kind of a bit of a dusty coat. He's wearing like a tricorn hat, and very fine garb, but still quite a bit rugged about him. He wears a pair of spectacles, and he walks in where the man at the bar says, "Ah, Giacomo." And he looks to the bar and says, "Not much room tonight, huh?" The man at the bar smiles and laughs. These are kindly enough folk. You can sit next to them. They shouldn't be a problem. Giacomo says, "Fair enough." And he'll sit so that you're positioned like as your group. Then there are two chairs to the left of you, and he sits one chair away from you so that he has that chair buffer in between you. And I'd say the closest person to him at this point would be Inweir because of the way I described the positioning.
Sorry, but are you the man with the cart?
Yes, I'm Giacomo. And he kind of does like a hand sweep and kind of bows gently to you. Will you be here
I love
for the
that.
festival tomorrow?
Yeah, what festival?
The Festival of the Blazing Sun.
What's that?
What's the festival of the Blazing Sun? I won't be here tomorrow for it, but I hope you the best.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what that is. Well, so what? Are you a one man carnival?
Well, I'm Giacomo.
Or,
I'm a master
Oh,
of entertainments. I am a lord savant of the ridiculous arts. I am a king of jesters and a jester to kings. I am the master of all that is gleeful and all that is fun. But
Evelyn looks like. Oh, sorry.
I like this guy.
he says,
She's.
but this place is kind of boring, and I haven't found much in the way of anything to do.
I was
Other
gonna
than-
say, Evelyn kind of looks like some kid who like sees Mickey Mouse at like Disney World or something. Like this just sounds like amazing.
Oh my. But you're not gonna be here for the festival tomorrow, or is that?
No,
If you're-
it's not for me.
No, I mean
You're
you're not gonna. You said you weren't gonna be there for the festival yet.
No. Of course, I run my own show. I'm a ringmaster, so to speak. I come from a distant land. I'm not from this area, this region. I've been staying here at this inn for almost a month. Urwin has been very generous, and he's a good-natured fellow. The barkeep nods his head. I unfortunately had to give away my most loyal companion to a toy maker here, but yeah. So is the nature of establishments. They aren't terribly kindly towards creatures who wish to jump up onto tables, touch printers. Oh wait, no, it's not a cat. Sorry. Jump up onto counters, abscond away with people's food and drink. So, Piccolo remains with the toy maker.
What kind of creature was it?
A monkey.
Hmm.
I
Who's-
suppose that you are here for something of interest to do, as nothing outside is very interesting.
We just stopped by to get some rest. We'll be out of here by tomorrow.
Well, that's fair enough then. I hope you enjoy your stay here, I suppose.
I'd ask, could you show us a trick?
I could, but I'm really quite tired as it is. I have been really very interested in a camp that's formed not too far from here, not too far from town. Group of Kanshians who have been making joyous music and raucous enjoyments not too far from here. I'd like to know as much as I can about the Bitter Hearts, but unfortunately they're not very welcoming, at least to me.
Oh, we were just
They
there.
were really fun. They welcomed us with open arms.
The ones just in
So we started dancing and we just kind of meshed in and
the ones just in town.
wait, just in town?
Well, yes. Are you talking about the group that was up on the hill?
Really,
By the pond?
No, it's a lake.
Lake? Yeah.
it was by the lake, yeah.
No, the lake, and he kind of points out the window, and from your vantage point over the wall, you can see the lake that you walk
Oh.
past, and the massive lake. They're just over that way. Are you sure it was the same group?
I mean, they are a traveling bunch. Maybe they.
Wait, you said pond. Do you mean the Sears pond?
Well, there
Cat
was a
Paul's map.
seer.
You pull out a map. He goes, perfect. Oh,
Yeah, that one. I point at it.
As you kind of unroll the map, he goes, oh, very nice. So, this is a very interesting map that you have here. This is Ashmodean, I believe. Very nice. And then he
Sure.
kind of looks to the map. Says, oh, no. He points to where you are on the map. This is Bollock. That's the Sears pond.
Yeah, they were there.
Oh, well, that's not the group I'm interested in. Although you said they welcomed you and you danced with them. Do you remember anything about the tales or songs that they were singing?
Oh yeah, they were talking about no.
They were
Me?
talking about Null.
There was
Who's-
a story about a lady who scared away some kind of monster.
A lady that scared away some kind of monster. Was
Out
it a
of
lady
character, I
telling the
vaguely-
story?
Yeah. She was I don't know, she wasn't particularly very nice, but she was really pretty.
Huh, that's just the way of it, isn't it? Oh, bit of an insult moment from him there. He says, a monster. A lady, a monster. Not a tale I've heard before. If you could recall it, I would very much benefit from the knowledge. You see, I'm a bit of a storyteller myself, and the Bitterhearts are quite in well regard due to their ability to travel. Know quite a bit about good stories, strong narratives. Do you remember it at all?
Out of character, I vaguely remember what that like story was, but
Totally fine. This is absolutely a test of notes, so
Oh no, I lost my notes. But I think it was like like a battle between a wizard and Gaius at one
Oh,
point.
yeah.
right?
it
that
was
one.
it was a
Yeah,
wizard
it was.
against the fiend.
a wizard
the
against
devil.
the devil, Gulthias. He shrugs. Huh. Now that's a story I know, but not one I thought that Bitterhearts would be telling. Did it sound like they were sympathetic towards the mage?
They made the mage sound really cool, like they looked up to him.
Yeah, I suppose Cardiff could be seen that way. Well, did they have a woman, an older woman, with them? Fortune teller.
Yeah, they did.
Interesting. The barkeep has just finished pouring his drink, and the man looks down at it, grabs it, immediately throws it all back. It was an ale, and it's like a long kind of process of glug, 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 glug. But he downs it in one, sets the cup down, and says, "I'll be settling our debts." And the man says, "What? Oh, yes, of course, Giacomo." And you see him kind of pull out a book and just kind of start noting. And Giacomo, without even a concern, just throws 2 platinum onto the table. And the guy goes, oh, that's more than... And Giacomo starts moving towards the door.
Oh, we didn't get to see him do any tricks.
He stops, turns,
Oh,
and
no.
says, "Oh, I certainly wouldn't want to leave any fans without a glorious display of magic." And as he says that, he kind of throws his hands up into the air, and like sparkles kind of pop off of his fingertips. Then he kind of claps, and a bouquet of flowers appears in his hand, like in his hands, and he offers them out to you. You
She
can make
like
a perception check if you want to like be cautious or see through the illusion, or if you are absolutely just enthralled by the magic, like I think you were just about to say, then you can do that too.
yeah, she's like never, I don't know, she wouldn't have seen somebody like this, so it's very interesting to her.
Wait, as an entertainer, can I do a perception check? Because I
Yes.
think. Okay. Oh, 7.
Damn, that was a flawless trick. If it was sleight of hand, he is very good. But you definitely know that this pop was definitely just a press. He just prestidigitated. It's fine. With that though, give me an Arcana roll though, Faye. That's an interesting because you're looking at it, like and thinking about it. That yeah, you're really not good at rolling dice, I think.
Is that for anybody
I
with
have
Arcana
exhaustion.
training? Can they do
I have
that?
exhaustion right now.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Because anywhere would be watching. Is that something I could roll for too?
Yeah, you can make a perception check.
Same rule.
Oh, not a Arcana.
Oh yeah, I guess the two of you can make Arcana checks. Baby cat, no, do not do that. That is not cheap. You.
Gotta refresh.
I gotta
Damn,
click
I
that
wish I
real
could
quick.
open my
Yeah,
Right.
right?
character sheet.
Well,
There
you
we go.
take your time.
Yeah. Oh,
The
no!
wonders and foibles of technology.
You.
I got a 12.
No.
On character sheet. Please.
Demon.
Like, just give me this.
Demon.
Oh.
Demon.
If you're gonna take this time, at least modulate the dice roll in my favor.
Demon.
Look at all those beans.
Yeah, he's got pink beans.
Beans.
Look at the beans.
They're jelly beans.
Wait, is that the cat with the printer?
Yeah, that's the printer cat.
It's the printer
I
cat.
wish I miss having a cat. I
Well-
let them fuck with my printer.
What he was trying to do
Aw.
is I have a drawing tablet as like my fifth monitor, and it's used for the zoom thing right over here. It's like right there. And he was getting behind it and trying to press his face against the back of it to knock it off of my desk. So
He's trying to put his
No.
sniff on it.
I do not care what he thinks he's trying to do. I'll give him catnip and he will stay with the catnip for a long time, I hope. This will
I
hopefully not
failed.
drive him crazy to do things that are bad and not good. Okay, so Johnny, that's a failure.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's, he's a very magical man. After doing his trick and handing the bouquet of flowers to you, Aveline, he will move towards the door, grab his coat off the rack, and then head right back out into the light rain, which has picked up a bit since last you saw him.
Aveline just looks cheesed. Like,
Awesome. What a cool guy.
Man, that's a simple trick. I bet anyone could do that.
I think like, how the fuck did he do that?
Do that, yeah. He tried to do it himself.
Was it just prestidigitation?
Well, it was press, but then boom, flowers. And that's like,
Mm,
that's either smell fabricate or he's very good with like just regular chicanery.
kiss, it's just a bunch of flowers. It's not a big deal.
No big deal, no big deal.
Yeah.
do you want a flower, Noel? And she'll like take one out. Like,
No, I don't want the flower from that.
He'll say to you, it's actually the another room just opened up. So we shouldn't have any problems getting your folks in there now. It'll be fine.
Mm. See, it was...
That's funny.
Oh, good. Great.
Should us ladies take the room with 4 beds?
yeah, that would make sense.
Good
Quinvalian.
nods. Okay. And then which pair of boys get their room together, and then which person's going to be sleeping individual?
No, vote for it being individual.
Wow.
Oh, okay. I mean, as the leader, it's hard to argue, but
I guess
fine.
me and Drumgar for
yeah, that's fine.
and
That's
then
fine.
Sleepover.
everyone else and
Yeah.
Valia can be in the big room.
So
We shouldn't leave Gwenvalia alone.
when you come
Mhm.
up, there's 2 different sets of stairs. There's the stairs outside that come up to the main area where you folks would be sleeping. And there are a total of 2 doors that you'll be utilizing upstairs. There's the southern door, which leads to the room with 4 beds, each individually spaced and the same in all other regards. And then there's the room just next to that, which will be where the 2 beds will be placed. Now, they offer to refund you some coin or give it to you in beverage if you wish to just have a cot set up in that second room so that you're not as spaced out. Otherwise, you'll be sleeping in effectively what is a closet, which is being utilized as the child's office.
His office.
Or you can give them 5 gold, and they'll let you stay in the suite that Giacomo was staying in.
I guess it would be up to the leader.
Yeah, it's the leader's choice altogether. We're just waiting for John.
Yeah, it's his
Lock
Yeah,
in.
his room.
Do you want to sleep in the closet or upgrade or
He ain't sleeping in no closet.
or put a cot? Third option was put a cot in the other room, right?
Oh.
Yeah, cot in the 2-bedroom room, or closet, or upgrade, paying the upgrade cost to stay in the private room.
You know, it would be nice if I could look at my inventory to see I have gold to afford it. But I can't.
So, cot it is.
Yeah.
The boys in one room, the girls in the other. Cool. Okay.
Oh,
Go ahead.
well, I don't know if I have enough time to do that. I'm still curious about the
You just want to rush outside and take a gander. Is that what you're trying to do?
yeah.
So you pop out and head over to the town square, as was kind of mentioned to do. And then you see that the town square, bear with me here, as everything is difficult.
Can I
Go ahead.
interject? I feel like if she were to leave and go to the town square, that maybe Bay would follow, but on the rooftop.
Yeah, that's fine. So as you get to the town square, the shops and homes that enclose the town square are decorated with limp, tattered garlands and painted wooden boxes filled with tiny dead flowers. Coming at it from the north side of it, so at the north end of the square stands a row of stocks, locked in which are several men, women, and children wearing crude plaster donkey heads. In the center of the square, and it's raining, by the way. I want to make sure that's clear too. In the center of the square, peasants in patchwork clothes eye you suspiciously as they use cups and vases to draw water from a crumbling stone fountain. Clean, crisp water. Standing tall at the center of the fountain is a gray statue of an impressive man facing west. All around the square are posted proclamations. Come one, come all to the greatest celebration of the year, the Wolf's Head Jamboree. Attendance and children required. Pikes will be provided. All will be well. And a signature on the bottom saying, the Baron. Yep.
Oh. I don't like the
Would
looks of that.
Gwenvalia know anything about this?
What? Oh, Gwenvalia doesn't
Does-
follow. She stayed in
Oh,
the-
she.
she's in the tavern. They were told that this place isn't safe. She's thinking about what she's going to do regarding tomorrow. She hasn't decided yet. Whether it's leave with you out of the town or stay through this festival and then try to find someone at the church or in the burgomaster, the mayor of the town, and see if he has any aid that he's willing to put forward.
Well, I don't
So-
want to get rained on anymore, so
You're immediately leaving. You're not sticking around or like going to the people with the donkey heads and the stocks, the poor people trying to get the water. You're not investigating any further than just read the sign and leave.
I guess I would ask like the people with the water, like, what are you doing?
Well, we're getting sanctified water. What do you think?
Sanctified?
Person says, "Get to the back of the line. What are you doing? It's raining out here. We don't have time for your bullshit."
I'm just asking a question.
Look, I'm not trying to be mean, but please get out. Stop breaking up the way things work. Bay from above sees that a group of individuals, 3 individuals, seem to be approaching Aveline's position from the shadows. Like they come out of the shadows and start moving into the town square towards her, and Bay catches them before like they have gotten close enough for them to engage with Aveline. They're not wielding weapons or anything, they just look menacing. 2 of them are town guards and one of them is just a big ass dude.
Fine, just have fun with your dirty water and walk away.
Okay. As you say that, you see a man kind of standing in between you and kind of the northern exit of the square. He sets forward a long-hafted, bearded axe, putting the butt end of the haft into the dirt or mud, and places his hand on top. And he looks at you and he says, "Excuse me. You don't seem to be indenturing the right amount of happiness for the festivities tomorrow," he says with a grin. And as you kind of like get a creep vibe from him and look back over your shoulder, you see that all of the people who are in line who definitely weren't happy looking turn like either away or like immediately put forward like a fake happy face for this guy.
That seems weird to her, so she's gonna say, I don't know, I'm really happy. I got to see somebody do some magic tricks, and they gave me flowers, and I had a good meal. And she's gonna kind of like grimace.
Well, you can be on about your way wherever you're staying. If you wish to remain here and bother the townsfolk, we'll throw you out to be food for the wolves.
Oh, all right, well, have a nice night. And she'll just like wave and go back to the.
So as you're moving past him, you'll notice that like he's a very large dude. It looks like the arm that he's currently like holding the axe head with is a lot bigger than it should be. You thought it was a perspective thing, but as you're walking past him, you realize that his entire right arm appears to be like a demon hand, like holding the axe head. His left hand looks fine,
Cool.
but his right arm looks like it's big, beefy, and like slightly not symmetrical with the other half of his body. He watches you warily, and the town guard like follow you with their eyes as well, kind of just making sure you do leave the town square. And do you?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to the inn.
And I know she's not here, and normally I wouldn't do this, but you mentioned she's here to help, so I just want to make sure that she rolls a stealth check. You can just throw a 20-sided dice, that'd be fine, I guess. Did it happen?
She got a 12.
Okay, cool. So this guy would look up and see her as she kind of moves away. He doesn't seem to do anything about it, but her presence was noted. All right. You return back to the tavern.
Just like go back in and kind of like huff back to the table and sit down.
Okay. I will note that the thing that you would have noticed also on your way out, and Bay probably would have seen from above, is it looks like the signs that were kind of hanging off of the donkey-headed criminals stated that they were arrested for malicious unhappiness.
Malicious unhappiness?
That's right.
That's not so funny.
In like a hushed voice, I'll kind of like tell people what happened.
It's odd. Why does he care so much about people being happy?
Careful, no, you might get arrested.
He's so pouty all the time. He doesn't look like he's very happy.
In my experience, people who cause the most misery want people to fake being happy.
Yes.
While you are out, and Bay is out, I will say that for the other group, 2 men arrive in that time frame. They appear to be wearing like hunter's garb, and they will sit kind of away from you at the at a table where they are served very similar food to what you were served, and they seem to be kind of having a bit of a conversation to themselves away from your group. And then you arrive back, and then you have that discussion that you were just having. Sorry.
No.
Maybe can all kind of overhear what they're talking about.
Sure. This is the part where I ask you to make a perception check
Oh.
and immediately
Oh, yeah.
just die inside a little.
This should be a flat 14 because I do have exhaustion, I think. Yeah, I do. Right?
Uh-huh.
Oh. I mean, I would check the character sheet, but I mean.
Okay. No, I assume that's high enough. So what you will hear from them is that these 2 are wolf hunters. They are talking about just business for the day, it seems like. They are also mentioning that they're also talking about your group a lot. It seems like, well, maybe they don't know where they're going. They definitely don't look like they're from here, and well, maybe they need a guide. Perhaps they're heading towards Kresk or something, or maybe Toranya. They don't look like friends of the devil, especially that one, and kind of points at Inweir. Or sorry, not Inweir, at Drumgar, because he has the holy symbol. Once you start talking with Aveline, one of them will approach.
Yeah, because
But like cautiously, in that awkward way, like where he's kind of like hovering, waiting for you guys to stop talking. Do you look over to him?
What do you want?
Oh, hi, I'm Yevgeny Krushkin. I and my compatriot, we are locals, and you look like you're not from here. If you don't mind me asking, are you planning on staying here for tomorrow or going somewhere else?
I don't.
Oh.
I don't think we've decided yet.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
Oh, well, if you are leaving in the morning and you need someone to help you along your way, me and my friend, we could serve as guides. We know our way quite a bit around these parts. We hunt wolves during the day, and we know our way to Kresk, to Toranya.
Can I ask you something?
Certainly.
What do you know about the lady with the pies?
Lady with the pies.
Priorities.
I don't. Is there a lady with pies?
Down back that way, and he points from where they kind of out the window towards where they came from.
They call her the bone grinder.
Oh yeah, bone grinder.
Bone grinder sounds familiar. I think some people call the old windmill just a ways from here, down the old Svorkic Road, the old bone grinder. Never been there myself.
Oh, huh.
Most folks say to steer clear of it. I use it as a landmark sometimes, but I've never gotten too close. But you said a lady with pies?
Yeah, you don't know anything about a lady who sells pies down that way?
Never heard of it. I
All right. Well,
I assume if there's a lady selling pies and kind of gestures in the same direction you pointed, somewhere out there, it's probably in relation to tomorrow's festival, which me and my ally would probably not wish to partake in. He smiles.
oh, you also don't want to partake in it.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I'm asking you if you need a guide. I mean, I perhaps make some coin in the matter instead of just going out and
Right.
hunting wolves. You know, it'd probably be more lucrative for us if we were, to charge our normal rate, 5 gold a day.
Well, I don't got any money. You need to talk to that one. And I point at Null.
Oh, are you in charge?
You see, I don't know how much, if I even have any money, because I can't even check, because Roll20 doesn't let me to open my sheet.
Which means you have 0. Which means
Oh, I don't.
Not fair.
you have 0
wait,
gold.
Oh, it opened.
Yeah, Johnny. We never moved our gold, so we don't get any.
I
Oh,
don't know, guys. I kind of wanted to go to help the guy with their wine problem.
Oh
I
yeah,
did so too.
that's right. I forgot about that.
Quinvalia will say, if you're not planning on moving on to Kresk, I think it's probably in my best interest to remain here. I know that they have some strange festival going on, and they told us not to be about, but I think that if I can speak to the Burgomaster, perhaps he will entertain me. I do come from a noble birth, and that is the right of guest right, so it should be fine.
Do you feel like you'd be safe,
We,
Quinvalia?
we
I suppose. I don't know much about Bollock, but the priest did suggest it as one of the places to go.
should we go with you and suss it out? Then
I don't know if I'm going to be allowed much in the way of people to join me, and also the cards were very adamant about you leaving in the morning, or about us leaving in the morning. Really, I am a bit worried about that too. Perhaps we're not supposed to be here.
Well, I definitely want to leave in the morning. It's just a question of where are we going to go?
I mean, nobody's still told us what this damn festival is.
I think that if you're going to go chasing wine and the like to help out the bartender here, it's probably in my best interest to remain, since you'll have to return here with the wine. The walls are safe. The town is a fortified town. I don't think the devil has any business here. And I would very much like to see if I can't persuade the Burgomaster to assist me and help defend me from Strahd's intent. Or Gulthias' intent. Stop doing it, John. Strahd
Who?
will name you.
It is-
God, who's
I didn't
that?
have this slip up once in the
Oh,
first.
that devil.
The devil Gulthias is what we're calling him. It's important to keep up that ruse, because as it may seem like flippant, kind of just switching of names. Gulthias is, in my opinion, a better linked vampire for narrative reasons. Anyways,
Yeah. Not that I'm biased or anything.
right.
You know,
Tobias
Quinvalia,
is the cool name.
I
Agreed.
feel responsible for you. I promised your brother I would see you away from Gulthias, so if you're gonna go to the Burgomaster, I feel like I should go with you.
I can't engage him this late,
But
but
in the morning.
I could in the morning. But I assume he'll be busy with plannings of the festivities.
You're the daughter of a Burgomaster from another town. You know, I'm sure he could afford you 15 minutes of his time.
Yes, I agree, but whether or not he'll afford me any companions is something I'm not certain of. That's why I don't know if you would be welcome to accompany me.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we'll come back for you, right?
If you are planning on going to the Wizard of Wines to aid the barkeep here, and whatever engagements you are planning on doing, bone grinders and what have you, that's all very interesting, but I do wish to secure my place here, so I can remain behind. I should be safe. I do not see any problems with the town as it stands. We were allowed in. We could have been turned away. Everyone seems nice enough.
Okay, but when we're done, I'm gonna come looking for you.
I will most likely be at the Burgomaster's estate. If not, they will certainly know where I will be.
Just for peace of mind. I did promise you.
Of course.
Mm. And if anything does happen to you, our reward will be void too. So.
Well, she's gonna come back with us, right? We're just gonna go for a while when
It's just an in and out adventure. Shouldn't take too long.
she
Be
like
two,
she
it'd be
does,
like 2 hours
They got
top, just
the
quick in and out.
she really doesn't she really doesn't want Grinvalia to leave.
Yeah, if your plans for tomorrow or outside of the town, sounds like this festival is going to be about 3 days long, though. So, I suppose maybe they simply just wanted you to leave.
Oh, you beat me to it.
Suck it.
I don't know. What'd you do? Oh.
Are you sure you don't want to come with them?
I don't think it's safe out on the road. We were followed by ravens the entire time we were out.
I don't know if it's safe.
Drumgar, at that point, roll an insight or perception check, your choice. Depending on what you roll determines the answer you get. So,
19 on an insight.
when he said,
Oh, that's a 20. Yeah, 19.
when she said ravens were following us about on the road, and you see that the barkeep's eyes kind of like perk up, and he kind of looks at her and the group. And you also see that the boy who came in from off the road is now standing in the doorway, kind of watching the group.
Drumgar is going to stand up with his shield and approach the boy.
Oh, as you stand up and move, the hunter, Yevgeny, kind of like, oh, and kind of like moves astride, like, making way for you. And as you approach the boy moves back into the kitchen. If the social norms of room placement and not being allowed access to it, not in a physical sense, just in a socially awkward sense, are not barring you, you can go ahead and walk right into the kitchen if you'd like. But the presumption is you don't walk into the kitchen of establishment that you don't own.
Yeah, Drumgar I don't think is that dense.
He's also high charisma.
Right. So he's actually going to go up to the bartender or like someone else outside the kitchen.
Yeah.
You see that boy that just went into the kitchen?
I did, he says.
Know him?
What'd you say?
You know him?
It's my boy, yes.
His name?
Rom.
Why is he slicing us up like that?
He leans in. I was too. Do you have a problem with that?
Depends. Leans and smiles back. What are you trying to do with us?
Erwin grins. Not trying to do anything with you at all. I just know to be very wary of strangers. Especially when they took so much time crossing the river, making their way up and around the Seer Falls. And he looks at you with a smile. Almost lost your leader there, didn't you?
Smiles back. So how long have you been watching us?
I haven't been watching you. Brahm and his friends have been.
And how did you know?
Because he told me. The girl, he says quietly and like in a low tone to you.
Which one?
The blonde one.
Aye.
She's marked by the devil, is she not?
She is.
She will remain safe here from the devil if she stays in this establishment. I assure you, if she goes to the Burgomaster of Balak, she will be fed to the wolves. I suggest you and yours, when you leave, you take her with you.
What do you know of the?
Go ahead.
What do you know of the Burgomaster?
Madman. Fool. He does not see the nuances. I'm assuming the girl does not wish to be with Gulthiah.
Very, very short, very quick shake of his head.
They wouldn't care. They would see her as a blight. If they knew she was in this town right now, they would turn my entire establishment over just to get to her and kill her.
Slow
Psychotic.
odds.
He's psychotic. But this place is not only safe from the shadows, but also the malice that resides in men's hearts. And also the malice that resides in my heart for a cat who won't shut up and keeps wanting to touch printers. Wait, what?
wait, hold on.
Justice for them. They never did anything wrong.
Marky.
And then in Dwarvish, again, with a perfect kind of like under Darkian kind of, Faldeepian kind of accent, he says, I knew I could trust you. Second, you took that drink. If you think she is worth saving, you need to leave tomorrow morning at first light.
I appreciate what you've done for us.
He crosses his arms and nods his head. And then he says, again in Dwarven, I suppose if you do plan on going to the Wizard of Wines, that will be a final test for me, whether or not you are as good as I hope you to be. Deal with the old crow there. Come back to me with bountiful wine supplies, and we'll treat again. And then he will kind of walk back into the kitchen. And you can hear that other language that you don't know or recognize. And it sounds like there's kind of a scolding going on. a father to son scolding happening in the kitchen.
I'll head back to the others. Well, that was an interesting conversation.
What was that all about?
Well, not so much detail, but I think we should leave together in the morning with her. Point to Gwynvalia.
But if you're just going to deal with wine shipments, that's a waste of my time. I could be securing a place for myself here.
Sure, but my understanding is this Burgmeister is not the best of folk.
Because of what he said? And you trust him so far?
reason to trust him than you do to trust this Burgermeister. He's done nothing but be hospitable, kind, welcoming. Speaks the tongue.
She nods her head. Well, I trust you. So I suppose then, if worst comes to worst, the Wizard of Wines, I think, is west of here. It's not too far from Crack. We could go there, see if the Abbey is maybe a better place for me.
I agree.
All right.
In the morning.
But if it's not, then I'll return here and I'll take my chances with the Burgomaster. All right. Does anybody have anything else that they want to do in the wind down for the evening? And also, is Yevgeny going to be your guy? Are you going to pay him 5 gold to guide you to where you need to go? Now, keep in mind, you do have a map, but you saw how much assistance that afforded you on your trip here. What should have been a half a day's trip took you a full day, and you nearly didn't make it in time to get where you needed to be. If some fool had said to go to the windmill, you would not have been safe inside of Alec. You would have
Yeah.
probably been hanging out with werewolves outside of it.
Getting our
Some
bones
fool, huh?
grinded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or perhaps a bit of that.
Some
Um,
fool, huh?
I guess that phrasing's kind of weird, though.
Getting our bones grinded.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Getting our bones grinded.
I mean,
You
all
You have to say it like that. Bones grinded.
Bone
right.
grinder. Go on,
Chill,
bone
this is
grinder.
totally a PG. No, it's not. The ways I'm gonna murder people. So the question I
Jeez.
have then is anybody have anything else? Do you want to hire Yevgeny or
Hmm.
not?
An
For
extra
the, rich
hand.
folk.
Extra hands, 2 of them.
Good.
Not he has 2 hands. There are 2 people. Each of them has 2 hands.
Two heads, that's two heads.
Mathematic-
So they got 4 hands.
I
God
mean,
damn it.
technically, I only have 1, so
right.
that
Mathematically, it is a total of 4 hands. But yeah, I mean what I said. 2 people for 5 gold to help you on your trip to where you need to go during the day tomorrow. It's 5 gold a day.
That's for the people with money to decide.
Well,
Yeah.
do you ask Orwin if he wants to pay you? Because you're not gonna. I mean, the shipment's supposed to arrive, but obviously, you know, there's expenses. And if you have gold already, you can just give him the gold that works too.
I mean, the guy did say he would reward us.
Yeah. So having a couple extra people along, especially people who know where they're going, could be helpful.
I got no money though.
I'm just saying we got here just fine. We made it in one piece.
Yeah,
Did we though?
almost.
What? Did we
Barely
make it in
one.
one
Yeah.
piece?
Can I go up? Can I go up to the bar and kind of
One
just say,
piece.
basically, I just want to be like, hey, I think we might need a little bit more. These guys want to help us, and it might help us get your stuff faster.
Erwin says you're going to the wizard
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna secure our shipment and bring it back.
Well, that's the plan. Yes.
He smiles. What do you need forwarded? What do you need to?
Well,
What expenses do you have?
we'd like to hire some help, but they're 5 gold a day.
Oh, them. Yeah, they're good kids. Yeah, he places 10 gold down on the table.
Awesome. Okay, thank you. I
That'll-
appreciate it.
That'll be deducted from what I pay you. But more than should be enough to pay for what you need. You won't be able to go to the general store, what with the hour and also what with tomorrow. If you need any supplies, you can stock from our larder if you'd like.
Oh, that would be great. Thank you.
If by the end of the night you do rummage through the larder to see if there's anything rationable. There would effectively be 2 days worth of rations for each person, so a total of 14 days worth of rations of your party. Presume the hunters have their own food and or can make their own food.
Okay. Yeah, I would let everyone know and just kind of we could do that.
Yeah, if you want to write that in a general or just try and get into your character sheets and adjust, that works too. Then I would say that you gather together, you get to your beds, and let me just make sure. I just have to check something on my end to see if your night goes by uneventfully or not. Okay, no random rolls for the devil. Good. Okay, so you sleep well in Volok in the house of Blue Water Inn, and you will awake the next morning to begin your journey out from the fortified town of Volok to the Wizard of Wines, wherever that may be. And you will have 2 wolf hunters along with you who will aid you in your trip. And that is all for tonight. Thanks for watching, those that did, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Later, Gators.
I just realized that's terrible. But we'll see you then. Ciao.